Hello and welcome to News Tonight. I am Rhoda Ngonzi on sign language. Elizabeth Nakakoni, let us dig into it. President Yoweri Museveni has delivered an update on the ADF terrorist situation, noting the perpetrators' retreat to Congo due to heightened security. He commended the public for thwarting potential attacks in Chikuba Mutwe and Naweru, advising against indiscriminate measures for public safety. Emphasizing strategic intelligence efforts, he highlighted Uganda's bustling cross-border activities and the collaborative effort with the Congo government to eliminate ADF at its source. President Museveni criticized past negligence of the Congo government and the international community, allowing ADF to operate freely in eastern Congo for 2 decades. He contrasted this with FRONASA's rapid growth in 1978 till 1979, attributing it to a progressive and unifying ideology. He requested ADF's ADF's ideological flaws, citing their use of violence against opponents and their stagnant growth. The president concluded by congratulating citizens on avoiding the Chikuba Mutwe bomb and commending successful harvests of grasshoppers and flying ants. He challenged experts to explain ancestral insect-eating preferences, especially regarding what was considered edible. The reported speech was signed by His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. Now, President Museveni has pledged to enhance the remuneration for professors and other professionals to improve on research and innovation. The President was represented by Vice President Jessica Lupo at the 19th graduation of Chambogo University. Let's take a look.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, through Vice President retired Major Jessica Alupo, has urged Chambogo University management to work with the Ministry of Science, Innovation and Technology to spur more societal solutions. Vice President represented the President at the 19th graduation of Chambogo University.
My expectation is that the university will use the facilities to enhance the national capacity of scientific research, innovation, value addition, manufacturing, while giving skills to the young people to enable them carve out a sustainable livelihood from the knowledge gained here.
President commits to enhance payment for professionals to improve research.
In order to sustain national capacity for scientific research and innovation, the country needs to invest in its professors, scientists and professionals. The government of Uganda is committed to enhancing salaries of professors, scientists and other categories of employees in a phased manner to a level where they can stay and work in this country.
The university is seeking special funding to attract, recruit and retain science, technology and engineering professionals.
Needs to provide scholarships for training at master's and PhD levels. There is a clear correlation between the number of PhD holders in an institution and research output, including commercializable innovations that end up in small and medium business enterprises.
The university is strategizing to attract external grants to enhance research and innovation.
Or joining consortia to write grant proposals to attract funding from international organizations and philanthropists. There are many organizations seeking to work with us, and that is very encouraging to us. We have established linkages with many institutions. Allow me to mention very few. Oslo Metropolitan University in Norway, University of Piraeus in Greece, Daffodil University in Bangladesh, University of Arizona in USA.
Several new studying disciplines have been initiated by the university to respond to the societal challenges, with a call from the government to increase on its wage bill.
For the strategic thinking and actions that have facilitated the image of the university. Through this, the image of Kyambogo University will remain alive out there.
The 19th graduation of Kyambogo University is to run for 3 days, where 10,926 are set to graduate. Abdul Nasiru Luwam and Rogers Komagulu for UBC.
The Prime Minister Rhoda Banja has witnessed the signing of an MOU by the government of Uganda with the reformed group of companies under Aquare Holdings FZC, based in the United Arab Emirates, to manufacture biofertilizers in Uganda. The Minister for Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Frank Tumwebazi, signed on behalf of Government of Uganda at the ongoing COP28 World Environment Summit in Dubai. Prime Minister was accompanied by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Major General Kasula Chomukama, and the Ugandan Ambassador to the United Arab Emirates, Zake Chibedi.
Nabanja, after witnessing the signing of the over $200 million fertilizer manufacturing agreement, says that Uganda needs more fertilizers to increase production and productivity. She says that the government, through the parish development model, is encouraging the people to use fertilizers to earn from agriculture.
President have been able to witness this milestone where we have a company that is going to manufacture fertilizers from our company. You are aware that under PDM, we need fertilizers like yesterday so that we can be productive, so that our people can benefit, so that our country can now start exporting products to the world.
Frank Tumwebazi, the Minister for Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, says that this MOU has come at the right time when the country is in need of fertilizers for better yields.
Still very low, and with climate change, our soils are getting depleted, and therefore we need to have, farmers need to have access to effective and affordable inputs. One of them is fertilizer. So I'm happy that I was able to sign a memorandum of understanding.
Meanwhile, the Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakoba, represented Uganda at the Urban Authorities session in Dubai. Nabakoba says that ministers in charge of urban development from all over the world have met to discuss how best they can manage urbanization in the face of increasing climate changes.
We are also now looking at disaster risk management in cities and urban areas. These are seasons where we see flooding, we see pollution, we see so many things taking place in the cities which used not to happen before. So we are looking at building a whole of intervention approach whereby all stakeholders, multi-sectoral approach, sit on the table and agree on how to mitigate effects of flooding.
Nabakoba says that the urban dwellers need to be cognizant of the environmental changes affecting the entire world. She says that land use planning is key if countries are to better manage the increasing urban areas. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister met several other investors who want to inject money into the agricultural sector to improve production and productivity.
Now, National Water and Sewerage Corporation has announced a mega shutdown of water supply for most parts of Kampala to allow for routine maintenance works that will take 12 hours on Thursday this week. According to Engineer Andrew Muhwezi, a senior manager water production at the corporation, this exercise will affect mainly parts of the Central Business District, Bomba Road, Ginger Road and surrounding areas of Gaba Water Treatment Plant. Residents are hereby asked to prepare accordingly.
Every 6 months, National Water and Sewerage Corporation carry out maintenance works for major water storage reservoirs in order to guarantee quality water supply. In line with this, National Water and Sewerage Corporation has scheduled this Thursday, 7th December, for a shutdown of major water supply lines.
Tomorrow we will be putting off some of our water supply lines in order to undertake major maintenance works for the water treatment plant of Gaba 2 and Gaba 3, and that constitutes close to 55% of our treatment capacity.
Engineer Andrew Muhwezi, a senior manager, water production, says the maintenance works to be carried out on the Gaba water treatment plants 2 and 3 will mainly affect places along Bombo Road like Matuga and Nasana, those in Central Business District, including Lubaga and Namirembe. Then, those along Jinja Road will include Mutungo, Nakawa, Mbuya, Chambogo, Banda, and those in the immediate surrounding parts of Munyonyo, Gaba Road and Kansanga.
And we request that our customers store enough water to take them through the 12 hours of the shutdown and the immediate hours after we have finished the works as the system recharges.
Uganda will in January 2024 host the Non-Allied Movement and the G77 plus China conferences, both of which call for top-notch utility services.
And as part of utility preparedness, we are concluding our shutdowns for this year. So the shutdown we are doing tomorrow is to help us secure the water quality, secure the plant reliability ahead of the festivities, ahead of the major national conferences, and ahead of the first quarter of next year.
Doc Kaskimono, UBC News.
And the European Union Ambassador to Uganda, Jean Sedek, has commended the government of Uganda for a generous open door policy which is allowing refugees to access protection, education, health services and a platform for creativity and doing business. Ambassador Sedek complimented government while opening a 10-day refugee youth art exhibition at Alliance Francaise in Kampala.
Uganda currently hosts over 1.5 million refugees from mostly the neighboring countries such as South Sudan, Somalia, the Democratic Republic of Congo and Burundi. This is not a mean feat, argues Jan Sedek, the European Union ambassador to Uganda.
It is implementing it through what they call, or what we call, an open door refugee policy, which is allowing refugees to access protection, health, education services, as well as to work and create businesses. It's a very progressive policy. Can we give Uganda a round of applause for that?
Besides offering refuge, the country is lauded for socially and economically empowering the refugee population, especially the youth.
We have witnessed first-hand resilience, strength and the potential that refugees bring to our communities, which is why with open arms we received the Humanitarian Development Nexus, where we ensure that we are not only advocating for humanitarian support, but development support as well for both the refugees and the host communities.
This art exhibition, a brainchild of Faces Up Uganda with support from the EU, attests to Uganda's commitment to develop talents, enhance creativity and also offer opportunities to the youthful refugees from the West Nile and northern Uganda to express their feelings.
For me, having been part of this project, it really continuously exposed me to the incredible skills these young people have. Most times they are going through a lot of adversity, but regardless of whatever that they're going through, they are very resilient, they are very creative, and they had the pleasure to share with us their hopes, but also their dreams through their artworks.
At the EU, we are passionate about empowering young people to become active citizens in their communities, and I personally strongly believe in the power of art as a platform to give a voice to young people.
The Refugee Youth Art Competition was initiated by the European Union on the World Refugees Day and attracted over 600 participants. Kemigisha Cynthia, a climate change activist, singles out her favorite art piece.
So for me, seeing this piece has been my favorite piece today. It is Plant a Tree, Save the Environment. I can imagine some of these children or these people have come from communities where they've been displaced because of climate change. So this art is really communicating so much.
The art pieces communicate messages of access to justice, environmental protection,
education, empowerment and self-reliance, among others. Dennis Igor and Winnie Katwire for UBC News.
Now, State Minister for Public Service Mary Grace Mogasa has expressed concern over the transactional nature of the nomination process and its negative impact on the integrity of Service Commission members. She made the remarks at the Anti-Corruption Conference for Service Commissions organized by the Inspectorate of Government in Kampala.
The commemoration of Anti-Corruption Day focuses on corruption in the recruitment processes in the public service.
The big fish don't exist. They are not the ones eating this money. This money is eaten by people in accounts, by people in procurement, by people in stores, and these are small people out there.
Minister of State for Public Service Mary Grace said political considerations often overshadow integrity and qualifications.
Quite emotional when you talk about corruption and you see people demanding for services, and yet government is trying its level best to make sure we get the resources to deliver services. But half of the money ends up in individual pockets.
She highlighted the various forms of corruption beyond financial aspects, including nepotism, laziness and corruption within households.
Okay. They nominate who? A political ally, a sponsor, a friend, a relative. That is the criteria they use. Do you think they use the person of high integrity, person with papers? Do they care about that? And sometimes I've witnessed, I've been in local government for 20 years. I witness that some of these members, to get these positions, they pay 20 million, 10 million, they pay.
The Inspector General of Government, Betty Kamya, emphasized the importance of recruiting officers with integrity and capabilities to prevent corruption at initial stages.
His Excellency the President has raised concern about corruption in the recruitment of public officers. The outcome is low-quality public servants who also deliver low-quality services, some of which can even be catastrophic.
The head of State House Investors Protection Unit, Colonel Edith Nakalima, called for action against corrupt civil servants.
Terminating those public officers that are mentioned to be corrupt in every report or every investigation. Why should they be in the public service of our country?
So that Kaye, UBC News.
Now, Her Royal Highness Queen Consort of Wari Kingdom, Her Majesty Laureate Kwase III, has emphasized 5 key pillars, that's investment, innovation, education, open borders and women empowerment as vital forces to drive Africa forward, transcending traditional boundaries in the quest for progress and opportunities. These pillars, she believes, are crucial in realizing the full potential of the Open Borders Initiative and in empowering African women business leaders. Now, Her Majesty shared these insights during a meet and greet session with women entrepreneurs in Uganda.
150 communities in Nigeria's Delta region, Her Majesty Laureate Kwase III is currently on a visit to Uganda. During her stay, she engaged with women in business, discussing key issues to elevate Africa to new heights.
Truly envisage an Africa where there'll be, changes and rapid changes very soon, because our primary focus should be positioning ourselves to harness the full potential of open borders. We no longer need to compete by way of this country is mine and mine alone. If you guys come in, you're going to infiltrate it and make it not so good for me. I want us to say, invest in Africa. I don't just mean solely committing your money to businesses. That is good. But more importantly, nurturing the seeds of tomorrow's prosperity by channeling our resources, yes, our money, but also our time, our skills, into the dreams and aspirations that fuel our continent. So today I charge you to live beyond the present and to see the possibilities of our collective future.
The Queen Consort passionately addressed several pressing challenges facing Africa, including the pervasive issue of teenage pregnancy. She identified this as a critical concern, contributing to the cycle of poverty and holding back societal progress.
So popular that we have the term "I born for That's pidgin for I gave birth. You see a man and you're like, hey, I born for like I have his baby. I'm his baby mama. That's how popular it is in our communities. And I don't say this to shame us. I think that this is where empowerment and mentoring come in to really begin to shift the mindset of these women, to see that they're beyond their bodies. They're beyond just what they can birth physically as well. And this is where being a woman is, once again, it's cross-border. It's something that we share. So whilst the Ugandan woman has been conditioned to be quiet, and in that there's a sense of a lack of confidence, the Nigerian woman has been taught to fight, but at the very base of that is a lack of confidence.
Reflecting on her time in Uganda, Oloria Tuwashe III expressed deep admiration for the Ugandan people and their rich cultural heritage.
I look forward to coming back. The weather is brilliant. The people are warm. I'm going to try the banana leaf beef. Yes, tomorrow. Lombo, yes. I'm going to try that tomorrow. I can't wait. Yeah, it's been wonderful so far. I've had a great time.
Ahereza Mijesha, the event host, noted the shared challenges across African nations, stressing the importance of collaborative learning and solution finding.
I think as Africans we should learn to focus on the positive and focus on our similarities, because we face the same challenges all over Africa. You will find that the challenges in Nigeria are the challenges in Uganda. So we need to learn to be open-minded and go past our differences and explore the similarities so we can actually truly transform.
The gathering, which saw significant participation from women in business, was widely commended for its profound and insightful discussions. To all attendees, expressing her appreciation for their hospitality and kindness. Sharon Chomjisha, BBC News.
Now, heavy traffic congestion ensued today on the Kampala-Masaka highway following the emergence of a sinkhole lookalike along the road. Travelers and businesses along the road are concerned about the potential caving in of the road. Nevertheless, UNRWA's spokesperson has reassured the public that repair works are already underway and has urged the public to remain calm.
Continuous heavy downpours and torrential rainfall persist, posing threats to people across the country and disrupting economic activities. Transport bears the brunt of this rainy season, with the rivers flooding and roads becoming impassable due to blocked channels, attributed to human activities such as encroachment on wetlands and waste dumping.
Nentuuse wano essaawa zibadde 12 nentuuka wano. Tuuse wano wabaddewo omwana omuwala ng'atambula ava eno akutta akaveera. Bw'atuusa awo n'alinnya awantu we wati wansi okugulu ne kukka. Okugulu bwe kusse ne wapomuka akatuli kabadde katono bwe kati. Ne mmugamba nti olaba bw'okawonyaako.
Amidst plans to overcome these challenges, users of the Kampala-Masaka highway were bewildered by the appearance of a pothole a few kilometers from the road.
Sajja driver wa trailer. Era essaawa eno mbadde ngenda Mutukula naye olw'embeera eno eriwo tusazeewo tupaakinga ebbali tusooke tulabe ekigenda mu maaso.
They revealed that it started as a small portion but kept expanding, causing concern.
Kigenda kyeyongera okugaziwa bweki nga kigenda kyeyongera okugaziwa ewuledde kye tutamanyi kubanga omwalo ogwo wali we guva amazzi gatera kuva wali ne gayita awo kati guzibye era amazzi mugalawo gyeyongedde obungi.
They allege that the state could have been caused by excessive water, leading to flooding due to blocked channels. Dispatched a team of workers to ensure the situation does not escalate. UNRWA spokesperson Alan Sempewa, in a phone call, assured road users to remain calm as the situation will return to normal. Is on Kampala-Masaka Highway next to Entebbe Express Highway flyover, surrounded by pools of water and drainage from the wetlands. People are concerned that water could cross the road at any time. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
State Minister for Education and Sports Joyce Moriko Kaduchu has commended the tremendous work done by the Ugandan Nurses and Midwifery Examinations Board UNMEB in ushering out qualified and professional health personnel into the country. The minister communicated this during her courtesy visit to Mulago School of Nursing and Midwifery aimed at inspecting the ongoing UNMEB examinations.
Minister for Education and Sports, Joyce Moriko Kaduchu, accompanied by the Permanent Secretary Minister of Education, Katie Ramaro, have today paid a courtesy visit to Mulago School of Nursing and Midwifery on behalf of other schools to inspect the ongoing Uganda nurses and midwifery examinations for the December semester. They were welcomed by the school principal, Nampima Eva Kakonge, and the Executive Secretary UNMEB, Helen Mkakalisa, who led them to the examination rooms. At this school, over 40 diploma students in various programs were already in for their exams. After the inspection, Minister Kaduchu was delighted by the increased number of students who have joined the healthcare profession.
We are happy. Over many years, we've seen lots of credibility. We've seen really amazing outcome of this examination from the examination board. They started with only 9,000 candidates. Today, we are speaking about 54,000+ candidates.
She also commended UNMEB for the great job it does in bringing out qualified and professional health personnel to the country.
Over time, UNMEB has built the capacity, they have built the credibility and the standards of setting examination. As the Minister of Education and Sports, we are very happy.
Katie Ramaro, the Permanent Secretary Minister of Education, cited that schools, teachers and parents should emphasize sciences to the students since it benefits in many ways.
There are many benefits really that I will not go into in emphasizing sciences. The President has very ably articulated the importance of sciences to any country that wants to develop. Allow the girl child, yes, into this field of science. The benefits are to the family, the benefits are to the community, the benefits are national.
They further proceeded to the Uganda Institute of Allied Health and Management Sciences, and here over 2,000 students were sitting for the diploma and certificate examinations. Helen Mukakarisa, the Executive Secretary UNMEB, also inspected the Indian Institute of Health and Allied Sciences, and the examination exercise was going on smoothly. The Uganda Nurses and Midwifery examinations for the December semester are ongoing in 121 schools across the country until the 15th of December 2023. Rebecca Nantongo, UBC News.
Meanwhile, Parliament has criticised the leader of the National Unity Platform Party, NUP, Robert Kyagulanyi over remarks against the anti-homosexuality law. Kyagulanyi, while being interviewed by the British Broadcasting Corporation (BBC), reiterated that the Anti-Homosexuality Act passed by the 11th Parliament was in bad faith and targets the opposition in Uganda. The MPs described the statements by the NUP leader as demeaning of the integrity of the August House and should be condemned. Anti-Homosexuality Act criminalizes actions of homosexuality in Uganda.
Of purported travel ban, the government of the United Kingdom lifted the ban against prominent musician Bobi Wine, alias Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Last week, musician turned politician Robert Kyagulanyi, alias Bobi Wine, travelled to the UK and was hosted on the BBC platform. When asked about the criminalization of homosexuality in Uganda, Bobi Wine, among others, claimed that the law was passed deliberately to target opposition like him. This has for the second day irked the members of parliament after some Western countries have heightened pressure, threatening to exclude visa issuing to some government officials who are in support of the anti-gay law.
You have all what you need in this country.
Bugiri Municipality Member of Parliament Asuman Basalirwa, who was the mover of the then bill, reminded the MPs on the genesis of the bill and its purpose.
So it is a matter that arose from the grassroots. In fact, the people of Bugiri are so proud and excited about this piece of legislation. But not only Bugiri, the entire country.
It is befitting in African culture, and we have seen this happen, that in the likely event that your father seemingly is not interested to keep you in his compound, you can seek refuge.
The new law prohibits any form of sexual relations between persons of the same sex or promotion or recognition of homosexuality. Since its passing, several Western countries lined up threats against Uganda, including travel ban and funds to specific projects.
We will continue protecting the family, protecting the rights of our children and our country, and we will not live in handouts. Because you want to buy a visa. My visa was cancelled. Have I died? I have said so long as you don't cancel a visa to Bukedea.
So the threats are there, but the House should remain united because this is our country, this is a sovereign parliament, and I think a message should come from this House to condemn the statements of President of NUP, who made really reckless statements on international television.
The Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Chris Baryomonsi, has asked Ugandans to remain calm as government handles the alleged claims.
So nobody should be intimidated by these threats from the international actors. If they cherish homosexuality, let them cherish it. But for us, as Ugandans, we don't. And let me add that up to 38 countries in Africa have legislations against homosexuality. So it is also wrong for the Western world to single out Ugandans.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
You're welcome.
And with that, we take a quick break. When we return, more details. This is News Tonight.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Meet Brian Namanya, a visionary and a game changer whose team at Tuwayo is breathing new life into domestic tourism by curating exciting yet affordable experiences for Ugandans and foreigners to enjoy. With the help of technology, Brian is showing us all the immense potential out there. Those who know Brian know him as a serial entrepreneur who's always been challenging the status quo and won't stop now. Brian, we're in your corner. You are unstoppable. MTN, the Unstoppable Network, celebrates you. Visit www.tuwayo.com and together, let's support Ugandans like Brian, who are driving our country's unstoppable progress.
In this family, we can't agree on anything. Martha. We can't even agree on what to watch. All the games to play.
Martha.
We can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long.
Anti-economy.
I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Sebo.
Yes?
This is the bill.
What?
Malaria testing, 10,000. Treatment, 100,000 since we put on drip.
Hey, Musao, can you read this for me? Before I brought my wife here, I'd already spent money on buying herbal medicine and drugs from the pharmacy, which didn't work.
But Sebo, the government gave out mosquito nets. Doesn't your family use them?
We got the mosquito nets, but they got holes and we didn't know what to do.
Protect your loved ones from malaria. Sew your mosquito nets whenever they get damaged to keep the mosquitoes away. Ensure all nets are tied up every morning to avoid damaging them. Ensure that everyone in your family sleeps under a treated mosquito net every night, whether it is a cold or hot season. Together, we can chase malaria out of Uganda. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from Global Fund.
No malaria will catch.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
Are you passionate about a healthy living and wealth generation for your household? Learn how you can easily tap wealth and health from Mother Nature using science and technology. Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius Echuma Chiwagala Chuma has written a knowledge-packed book, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee. Grab your copy today at 20,000 shillings only at Prof Bioresearch Equatorial Mall, Aristoc Booklex branches, Acacia Mall, Garden City, Kampala Road, and Jumia, Uganda. Or call 0703 152 152 for deliveries. Remember, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee book is autographed by Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius himself.
Welcome back. You are also watching News Tonight. Preparations for the consecration of the Bishop-elect of Namirembe Diocese, Canon Moses Banja, are in full swing at Namirembe Hill. The Bishop-elect, who was warmly welcomed to his residence at Namirembe Hill yesterday by the outgoing Bishop, the Right Reverend Wilberforce Chitio Luwarira, is currently undergoing a series of preparations to equip him for the upcoming day. Canon Moses Banja is scheduled to be consecrated as the 6th Bishop of Namirembe Diocese on Sunday the 9th at St. Paul's Cathedral, Namirembe.
Bishop-elect and the wife will go for a retreat, and we believe the Lord will speak to them with their leader, taking them through the retreat. And on Saturday, we believe that the Lord will bring them into the cathedral for the rehearsal with the Archbishop and the Chancellor. And on Sunday, we'll have the consecration service and enthronement service in St. Paul's Cathedral, Namirembe, inside the cathedral where the cathedral is. The service will begin at exactly 9 a.m. and we believe the Lord will speak to our hearts. My simple prayer is for all the Christians and all children of the Lord to keep praying for the Bishop-elect, to keep praying for the Bishop who is on now, and also to pray for the church, that the Lord will keep us united and that we will continue to fulfill the mandate of preaching the gospel. A big lesson we have, you see, you enjoy exchanging power peacefully. Like you've seen the Bishop of Namirembe receiving the Bishop-elect, and on Sunday we'll be handing over power to the Bishop. So we believe that that should be a very good lesson to all leaders from the local level to the top level. Mentor, disciple, and prepare your successors, that you can retire successfully, handing over power in peace. And those in desire to become leaders, may you have good discipline, so that when your time comes, you'll be able to be given a mantle of leadership.
Actually, my message to the entire diocese would be that where there are elections, people are bound to have aspirations and wishes and all that. So I want them to just imagine and come to terms vis-a-vis the bishop they want and the bishop we have. So we might have wanted someone else, but now this is the bishop we have. So let us join hands together and work alongside with him and give him support and pray for him and do all that is needful to see our diocese progress.
The Deputy Secretary General of the NRM, Rhoda Ngonzi, has underscored the significance of empowering the youth and equipping them with the skills necessary for their societal well-being. Ngonzi made the remarks while addressing over 1,000 youths from Greater Masaka, urging them to actively participate in civic responsibilities.
Members of the NRM Secretariat are currently stationed in Greater Masaka, conducting awareness campaigns to educate youth on self-empowerment and cautioning them against being manipulated by political opportunists.
There is a saying that time is money, and I totally disagree with it, because you can lose money and later get it, but every time, every minute that slips away, you never get it. So they have got to use their time very, very wisely, because being a young person is transitional.
Addressing over 1,000 youth, NRM Deputy Secretary General Rhoda Ngonzi emphasized the importance of youth engaging in civic responsibilities.
You are young today, tomorrow you will not be young. Now, how do you utilize your time when you are very energetic, when you have less responsibilities, when you have all the ability to do whatever you are supposed to do? So just use this time of your youth to prepare for the time ahead.
The director of NRM Mobilization, Rosemary Seninde, commended the youth for their dedication to personal development and encouraged them to uphold the principles of good governance.
That many of our youth probably are not convinced that we are doing much for them as a government, of NRM particularly, because they feel as if, or they perceive our work as if they are neglected. They think we have neglected them. So we realize that all this is because they lack knowledge.
Seninde emphasized the significance of education and urged the youth to participate in activities that promote sustainable development.
This program is not intended for only NRM supporters. It is intended for all youth. We couldn't invite them from the streets or from everywhere because there are so many. We know we have almost 80% of our population are youth. So we decided to start with the youth leaders. We started to start with the Greater Masaka, and the first phase is 4 districts. Then the second phase will be the rest of the districts.
The youth observed that the meeting addressed their concerns and resonated with their aspirations for a better future. They stressed the importance of ongoing engagement with government structures to ensure that their voices are not only heard but also considered in decision-making processes. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The visiting president of the South African Best Simo Undong Center has launched a book which highlights the successes, challenges and way forward for the programs in Uganda and the rest of the developing countries implementing the program. The book, titled A Hidden Treasure Uganda Case Study, was authored by Dr. Stephen Kayongo, the country's Uganda country coordinator of the program at Chengira Makula Hotel.
For the last 14 years, the South Korea-based Simo Undong program has been involved in the provision of safe water and sanitation, uplifting households and circle development support in over 300 villages in Uganda. The visiting president of the Simo Undong Center in South Korea, Kwak De-hoon, has launched a book highlighting the successes, challenges and way forward for the program, authored by Dr. Stephen Kayongo, the Uganda Simo Undong program coordinator.
굉장히 많은 성과와 성공적인 일들을 많이 배워오셨습니다.
You guys have made a lot of accomplishments and great achievements so far.
In this book, Simo Undong, A Hidden Treasure, because I have been getting so many questions from village people and also government officers. They want to know about Simo Undong. So this book has come to answer every question that has been raised by different people.
Everyone who is involved in this program is working so hard to make sure that they change their lives. Whereas other countries could be waiting for Korea SMU support through the model villages, for us we are not waiting.
Some beneficiaries of the program shared their testimonies.
I'm happy with this system because in the church want ideas which can develop our nation. So people use it to do a lot of unnecessary work, drinking, wasting their time. But now, if they have this great work, they are doing a very good work.
I request the government of Uganda, through you, presenter, that the government did there itself to adopt the Simo Undong development model.
The book launch marked the end of the South Korean delegation week-long visit to Uganda. Sudat Kaye and Edward Collins Joko, UBC News.
The United Nations Association of Uganda, UNAU, has embarked on training and engaging teachers and lecturers on Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, as a way of attaining them by 2030. George Mwangsi, the chairperson of UNAU, disclosed that the country is still lagging behind in attainment of SDGs and more needs to be done. Mwangsi also noted that it is everyone's responsibility to know and understand the 17 SDGs for proper planning and development of the country.
As teachers together,
for them to be able to understand these things. We are giving them references, we are training them here, but we are also going to share with them documentation, so that by the time the schools open, next year, we have gone, some distance in terms of making them understand what SDGs are, what are the challenges, what are the issues, so that now when the students come, we shall have more engagements, both with the teachers themselves, but now also with teachers and students. So at the time we are holding the Model UN, we should all be reading from the same screen. I think when you look at most of the countries like Uganda that are part of the low developed countries, we still have a big challenge in terms of the performance on SDGs. We are not doing so well, although we have registered some progress since the previous review, but there is still a lot of work to be done. And we are talking about 20–25% of the SDGs that we are on track of achieving by 2030. And the others, we are neither here nor there. Some have stagnated, others have regressed, and others we are moving quite slowly.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Meet Brian Namanya, a visionary and a game changer whose team at Tuayo is breathing new life into domestic tourism by curating exciting yet affordable experiences for Ugandans and foreigners to enjoy. With the help of technology, Brian is showing us all the immense potential out there. Those who know Brian know him as a serial entrepreneur who's always been challenging the status quo and won't stop now. Brian, we're in your corner. You are unstoppable. MTN, the Unstoppable Network, celebrates you. Visit www.tuayo.com and together, let's support Ugandans like Brian, who are driving our country's unstoppable progress.
Wait, Titus, you need to take your medicine.
But Mom, they are playing without me.
Here, swallow your medicine fast. I don't want you to get another headache from that infection.
Medicines help us feel better when we are ill, but sometimes they can cause side effects. By reporting side effects, you help us learn about the medicine we use. This improves quality of care for each patient. Always report suspected side effects to NDA. Together, we can make medicines safer for everyone. This message is brought to you by National Drug Authority with support from Global Fan.
Welcome back. And now in business news, the central bank rate has been maintained at 9.5%. This as the per monetary policy statement for the month of December issued by the acting governor, Michael Atingego.
Inflation continues to moderate, reflecting the tight monetary and fiscal policies, favorable weather, bumper crop harvests, as well as relative exchange rate stability, says the acting Bank of Uganda Governor Michael Ating-Igo. He made the observation while issuing the monetary policy statement for December 2023.
The MPC noted that inflation has bottomed out, with significant uncertainties in the horizon. Therefore, keeping the CBR unchanged is necessary to anchor inflation around the target in the medium term, while at the same time supporting growth in private sector investment and socio-economic transformation.
The MPC maintained the central bank rate at 9.5%, a decision reflecting the assessment of the inflation outlook in the light of the incoming economic data.
Consequently, the MPC decided to maintain the CBR at 9.5%, the bands on the CBR at plus/minus 2 percentage points, and the margins on the CBR for the rediscount and the bank rates at 3 and 4 percentage points respectively. As a result, the rediscount and the bank rates will remain at 12.5% and 13.5% respectively.
Low inflationary environment is expected to support recovery in household real incomes, spurring consumer spending in the last month of the calendar year and into the new year.
We are seeing better weather now, the ongoing rainfalls, and which could help in terms of agricultural production. And I think we're already seeing this feeding through in terms of food crop prices, and we believe that the agricultural sector will recover strongly in coming months. And remember that this also feeds into the industry. As agricultural production increases, also the aspect of food processing improve, and I think these are largely the exports governor said are going into, some of these are going into the regional market.
Bank of Uganda projects economic growth at 6% in the financial year 2023-2024 and 7% in the medium term. However, the outlook is subject to uncertainties, including slower than expected global and regional growth and unfavorable global financial markets, among others. Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
Small subcontractors in Uganda's oil and gas subsector have taken center stage at the 4th Annual National Content Conference commenced in Munyonyo. Now, the two-day conference organized by Uganda Chamber of Mines and Petroleum Authority of Uganda aims to address the critical needs of contractors and subcontractors, shedding light on opportunities and challenges within the industry.
A diverse array of companies from various sectors of the oil and gas supply chain have gathered in Munyonyo for the conference.
To advertise these opportunities.
The first day of the conference revealed that contracts worth over $7 billion have so far been signed, showcasing a substantial leap in the economic landscape of the oil and gas sector.
Ugandans are dominating the supply of local goods which are fit for the industry. For example, in the agriculture sector, there are little imports of food into the oil and gas sector. Most of the food which is eaten is locally produced food.
Ugandan companies have so far secured contracts totaling to around $1 billion, a noteworthy achievement in local participation.
That is 25% of the total value of contracts that are signed. And we are saying, how do we increase that from 1.2 billion to the 40% that we are looking out for?
Discussions during this conference highlighted the paramount importance of companies adhering to high standards and quality in their supplies to secure lucrative contracts.
National content is not about lowering, I would say, the expectation on quality. The quality is the international, I would say, oil and gas standard for quality. And we are very happy to have seen that, I would say, most of the contractors working for us have delivered this quality. But it's something that you have to to keep in mind for the new joiner.
However, some smaller companies face hurdles in entering the industry.
I wanted to see aviation opportunities, and I've not seen, and that's why I wanted to come here, because that travel back, the time that you're going to Western Road, don't you need aviation contractors for services?
Whereas there is a noticeable increase in the registration of local companies on the National Supply Database, smaller enterprises express a lack of sufficient information and awareness regarding available opportunities.
Actually, after here, let me come to you and you give me the right information.
The theme of the two-day conference revolves around optimizing national content in Uganda's oil and gas sector during the construction phase. Wadulo Mark-Arnold in Munyonyo.
And Uganda is hosting a 3 days first ever International Women Birders Conference aiming at providing international opportunity for women birders, wildlife management practitioners and empowering women for an equal birding world. Judith Mirembe, the chairperson of the Women Birders Association in Uganda, emphasizes the need for government to raise public awareness about the importance of birds.
Uganda currently has at least 1,000 bird species, which is about 11% of the world's total population and more than 50% of the African total population. Renowned birding expert Herbert Byarhanga highlights the growth of birding as a tourism attraction in Uganda. He sees the International Conference for Women Birders as a catapult that will shine a light on the country's potential to birders on the international scene. He additionally says that with the vast species of birds, Uganda is made the best birding destination in the continent and globally.
It's something that we have focused on that's going to keep this business rooted into Uganda, because once women are involved in something, you know that it's going to stay, because the children will learn from it, the husbands will be focused on it, and it becomes much easier for us to do the conservation. So it's one route we have taken that we are assured of.
However, the executive director at Nature Uganda, Byarhanga, actually says as much as they have created policies and laws on the conservation of birds, they see a role to play in creating awareness against poor conservation.
So if we want to continue promoting tourism as a big income generation activity for this country, we have no option. We must protect these species. And the conference that we have here about women birders, this group of young ladies who have given up themselves and said we must promote birds as an important tourism product in Uganda, is critically important and it should be supported.
Judith Mirembe, the chairperson of the Association of Birders in Uganda, says as much as bird watching earns the country more revenue compared to other tourism fields, the sector is faced with various challenges where the government needs to come forth.
So oftentimes women will shun tourist guiding or bird watching because people don't believe in them. The next aspect is equipment. Equipment is really expensive.
Uganda has a target of at least 100,000 birders by 2030, which could earn the country up to 2 trillion Uganda shillings per annum. Justine Nakami, UBC News.
And now in sports, the national women football team, the Crested Cranes, fell to Morocco in their second friendly game to shape both teams. The game played at Prince Moulin Hassan in Rabat saw the Crested Cranes lose 3-0, giving a clear picture to that's giving a clear picture to the newly appointed head coach Shiril Botes. Morocco is a football giant on the continent and has had its women football side develop tremendously in the last 2 years. Uganda, on the other hand, admit lesson learned.
Into attack as well. So we were training for that, for those circumstances, but you know, sometimes the intensity, if all the players are not in one specific zone to create numerical advantage in the zone, then you know, it causes a lot of challenges. But we knew it was going to be difficult. And not to take it away from the girls, we had some opportunities to score. We also gave 4 players a chance to get a taste of what it's like to play on this level. There's a huge difference between us and Morocco. The level is very high, but I'm very positive. This is the level that we really need to get to, and Morocco has really played amazingly. The team did very well, and this is something that we're going to need in future to play them again, so that we can improve as a team as well. But overall, good performance from our side. For me, it was more about the performance of the players, and really, after 8 training sessions, I felt there was a huge improvement, especially tactically, but we're still struggling from an individual and group team tactical as a whole combination. And you can't really get so many things done within 8 training sessions, you know.
Well, and that does it for news tonight. Thank you for sticking with us. Elizabeth Nakakoni on sign language. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. Do have a lovely night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Over 1,000 children with disabilities in Uganda every 5 years have not had access to adequate education, and this has been basically due to lack of assistive devices to enable them get reasonable accommodation in schools. Mokisa Humanity and Inclusion Foundation is leading a campaign